Hello and welcome to Real Life, Real Faith. My name is Henriët Schapelhouman. Glad to be here with you. Today I want to talk about a common experience I think we all have. When we mess up or make a mistake or fail to do something right, it's so easy to beat ourselves up. That's what I do. I get anxious, I get stressed because I messed up and I should have done this or should have done that. And it's so easy to go there, and then I get all anxious and I feel stressed out, and whatever good mood I was in or whatever good place I was in with God can so easily disappear. Does that happen to you? Well, it happened to me again this morning, actually, right before I was going to record a message. And I had messed up on a banking situation. I hadn't acted fast enough, and it could still turn out not good. But I was very stressed in the middle of it, and I felt anxious. And then I was totally like, how am I going to do this message now? And in the middle of that, I decided I better sit down. So I wrote in my journal, and I wrote, when it feels like something is going wrong, bad news came my way, or if I have failed, which I did this morning, then maybe I should not go to the, oh no, I failed, which then immediately causes me anxiety. As I sat with this, I felt like God was inviting me and reminding me it is no surprise to Him that it would happen today and what happened today. But I have a choice. Instead of beating myself up, I can instead turn it to Him and turn the question around and say, what does God have for me in this? What is God going to do if I give Him the issue instead of holding on or beating myself up? And how is God going to use this for my good and His glory? Because He promises if we love Him and are called according to His purpose, that He works in all things for our good. So then when I do that, I can watch Him work instead of beating myself up, which is not going to help anything. It never has. It just makes it for a bad day. It makes me anxious. It makes me stressed out. And beating myself is really just the accuser, Satan at work. We talked about the accuser in last Sunday's message. Even if I messed up, I can give it to Jesus. He is still my advocate. We mentioned that too in last Sunday's message. Jesus is always for me, and His plans are good, and He will work in all things, in every situation for my good, and I can trust Him. So with that knowledge, I felt like Jesus was inviting me to, instead of beating myself up, asking Him this question, Jesus, what do you have for me in this situation? What do you want to do? What do you want me to see or learn or know? And what do you want me to choose? And how do you want me to grow to be more like you? Those questions turned things around immediately. The anxiety left, the beating myself up left, and I started to say, yeah, I can choose to just look at it from the other side. So how about you? Have you beat yourself up because things didn't work out or you made a mistake? Is that where you're living now, or is that something you do? Do you get anxious in those situations? Your heart starts beating faster and all that. Well, if that's you, maybe take a page from my journal and ask Jesus those questions. What are you going to do? I'm going to give it to you. What are you going to do? And how are you going to work in this? And what are you going to teach me? Thanks for being here today. Real life, real faith. I'll see you next week.